Life in the UK Test. Chapter 4, Part 1. Disclaimer. This work is independent and non-official. It is a free help based on life in the United Kingdom, a guide for new residents, 3rd edition handbook. December 2015. Chapter 4. Part 1. A modern, thriving society. The UK today. The nations of the UK. Cities of the UK. Capital cities. UK currency. Languages and dialects. Population. An aging population, a modern, thriving society. Chapter 4, A modern, thriving society gives an overview of the UK as we know it today. It identifies the nations that comprise the United Kingdom and its most important cities. It goes through all the different ethical groups, religions, cultures, customs, festivals and traditions that coexist in the UK. The second part of this chapter introduces the most popular sports in the UK and its most successful sportsmen and women, including the achievements of the British team in the latest Olympic Games, which were held in the UK in 2012. This is followed by a section dedicated to personalities, works, events and important facts in the fields of music, theatre, art, architecture, fashion and design, literature and poetry. Lastly, Chapter 4 looks at how people spend their free time in the UK doing activities such as gardening, shopping or going to pubs and nightclubs. It also shows the typical traditional foods that are eaten in the different parts of the UK. Furthermore, an introduction to the British film industry and British comedy history is given. Other popular leisure activities are also described in this section, including betting and gambling. Finally, Chapter 4 highlights the most famous UK landmarks and places of interest. The UK today. The UK today is a more diverse society than it was 100 years ago, in both ethnic and religious terms. Post-war immigration means that nearly 10% of the population has a parent or grandparent born outside the UK. The UK continues to be a multinational and multiracial society with a rich and varied culture. This section will tell you about the different parts of the UK and some of the important places. It will also explain some of the UK's traditions and customs and some of the popular activities that take place. The UK is located in the northwest of Europe. The longest distance on the mainland is from John O'Groats on the north coast of Scotland to Land's End in the southwest corner of England. It is about 870 miles, approximately 1,400 kilometers. Most people live in towns and cities, but much of Britain is still countryside. Many people continue to visit the countryside for holidays and for leisure activities such as walking, camping and fishing. Cities of the UK. Some of the cities in England are London, Birmingham, Liverpool, Leeds, Sheffield, Bristol, Manchester, Bradford, Newcastle upon Tyne, Plymouth, Southampton and Norwich. Some of the cities in Wales are Cardiff, Swansea and Newport. Belfast is in Northern Ireland. Some of the cities in Scotland are Edinburgh, Glasgow, Dundee, and Aberdeen. Capital cities. The capital city of the UK is London. The capital city of Scotland is Edinburgh. The capital city of Wales is Cardiff. The capital city of Northern Ireland is Belfast. UK currency. The currency in the UK is the pound sterling, symbol pound. There are 100 pence in a pound. The denominations, values, of currency are coins, 1p, 2p, 5p, 10p, 20p, 50p, £1 and £2. Notes, £5, £10, £20, £50. Northern Ireland and Scotland have their own banknotes, which are valid everywhere in the UK. However, shops and businesses do not have to accept them. Languages and dialects. There are many variations in language in the different parts of the UK. The English language has many accents and dialects. In Wales, many people speak Welsh, a completely different language from English, and it is taught in schools and universities. In Scotland, Gaelic, again, a different language, is spoken in some parts of the Highlands and Islands, and in Northern Ireland some people speak Irish Gaelic. Population. The table below shows how the population of the UK has changed over time. Population growth in the UK. Year population. 1,600, just over 4 million. 1,705 million. 18,018 million. 1851 20 million. 1901 40 million. 1951 50 million. 1998 57 million. 2005 just under 60 million. 2010 just over 62 million. Source: National Statistics. Population growth has been faster in more recent years. Migration into the UK and longer life expectancy have played a part in population growth. The population is very unequally distributed over the 4 parts of the UK. England more or less consistently makes up 84% of the total population, Wales around 5%, Scotland just over 8%, and Northern Ireland less than 3%, an ageing population. People in the UK are living longer than ever before. This is due to improved living standards and better health care. There are now a record number of people aged 85 and over. This has an impact on the cost of pensions and health care. Study materials. All chapters from the study materials are Crown copyright and have been based on Life in the United Kingdom, a guide for new residents 3rd edition handbook. All photos are borrowed from wikipedia.org under the Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike 3.0 unported. This work is independent and non-official, prepared in December 2015.